Good morning. It is Tuesday morning. I'm headed to work. I did not go to work yesterday on Monday. I took a sick day, and I'm gonna tell you why. This is actually connected to a video I did, I don't know, maybe a couple of weeks ago or a week ago, regarding my health and the status of my health. So I just wanted to give you an update. Again, nothing serious at all, but there's, been a few little health challenges. So, in that video, I was dehydrated, and I still am dehydrated. I think I'm better. I'm getting better. I'm more conscious. First of all, being aware of any situation is the key. Is one of the first keys. If you got an alcohol problem, being aware that you got a problem is step one. So I'm now aware that I suffer with dehydration, which is no small thing. And I always treated it in the back of my mind like, that's no biggie. Just drink some water, you'll be good. But as I said in the other video, as we get older, it does become a problem, and it can affect a lot of other things in our body. And I believe it's also harder it's harder to, I want to say, get over, or when you're dehydrated, it's just harder to get hydrated when you're older, the older you get. So when you're in your 50s, 60s and beyond, it's just harder. Anyway, so that's still going on, but again, I'm aware. It's getting better. I'm more conscious of it, and every day, like yesterday, again, I was home yesterday, so it was easier to do, but I literally counted my water intake and how many bottles of water I had. I had 5 bottles of water yesterday, which for me was like a lot. But and I don't even know how many ounces that is. But for somebody that drinks a gallon a day, that was, no biggie. Anyway, so today I want to talk about my more recent health situation that stems from the dehydration. And this might be a little TMI, so I'm just warning you up front. Might be some information you may not want to hear if you're eating, if you're, any of that. You may not want to watch this video right now. Check out some of my other videos. But so now I'm dealing with constipation. Yeah, constipation. Major constipation. And it's never been an issue, not majorly, like, here and there, but not majorly. Now it has become a major issue. So on Friday, I'm at work, and I mean, this has been going on since, again, I did that video a couple weeks ago about the dehydration. It's been going on since before then. I just didn't mention it. I was just sticking to the topic of dehydration. It's been going on before that. And not to say I haven't gone to the bathroom, period, because then I would need to go to the emergency room. But not to the rate that I should be eliminating. Like, I could go a few days, and I know that's not normal. And some of you might think, oh no, that's normal. That's normal. Maybe that's normal for you, but that's not normal, and that's not how our body is supposed to function as far as eliminating waste. We should be eliminating, like, think about it, like, just from a, logical standpoint. If you take in a meal, a whole meal, you need to eliminate that meal. You taking another meal, you should be eliminating after every meal. We should be eliminating after every meal. At the minimum, once a day. Anything short of that, there's a problem. There's a problem. So like I said, it'll be like every few days for me. And not only, do I realize that it's been every few days, but I can feel it. Like, my body is stuffed. Literally. Like, I'm full of shit. Literally. So Friday, I was just like, I gotta do something. So I called my primary care, thinking, again, it was Friday, so I thought maybe she'd have an opening sometime this week. She was like, I called her at like 9 o'clock in the morning. It was strange because I don't believe I left a message. Like, I'm pretty sure I didn't leave a message, but I called her a couple times because then I realized their office had moved, and at first I thought they had completely closed down, and I was like, oh no. But then I realized they had moved locations, which, they were still like within 10 minutes of my job, but they used to be even close. They used to be like 2 minutes away or 3 minutes or whatever. Anyway, so I kept calling, and so then I'm in my staff meeting at work, and they called me back, and I was like, I gotta take this call. And so I took the call. I told the lady what was going on, and I was constipated. And we have our staff meeting at like 10, like 9:15 or whatever. She was like, can you come in at 11? And I was like, yep, I can. I will be there. So I went in on Friday, spoke to my primary care, who I haven't seen in a couple of years. I have not had a regular primary care. Oh shoot. Wait, let me check something. I gotta wait. Am I supposed to be getting off here? Wow, I'm going a different way today to work. I mean, I've gone this way before, but like, this is not my normal route, and I'm not as familiar with it, and I almost missed my turn. But anyway, school bus. Yeah. So, what was I saying? So yeah, so went to my primary care. And she was able to get me right in, and told her what was going on, and she wait. Yeah, so told her what was going on, and she gave me a prescription. Now I thought what I was kind of hoping would happen was she would send me to get a colonoscopy, but she didn't. She sent me, I'm sorry, she didn't send me anywhere. She wrote me a prescription. So it's like, okay. So she wrote me a prescription, so I got that filled right away, and I took it that evening. And she said, you may want to stay in all weekend because you may just want to stay in all weekend. So that's exactly what I did. The only thing I had scheduled for the weekend was I had a hair appointment scheduled, which I canceled, or I rescheduled to this coming weekend. And so just laid low, stayed in all weekend. Took the medication just as prescribed. Honestly, it didn't do anything overall. I mean, a couple times I felt a lot of cramping. And I did have a couple movements, but not major. Nothing that I needed to stay home all weekend, Like, I was really disappointed. And then, because each day that goes by that I'm like full of shit. It's just compacting on top of what's already there, quite frankly. And so, yesterday, which was Monday, so okay, I've stayed in the whole weekend. I only had a couple things going on. And as far as movements, I'm saying, but then I started reading some of the reviews on this, this drug she's prescribed, basically. And they said that it doesn't kick in for a couple of days. So I was like, oh, okay. So then I said to myself, what if it starts kicking in on Monday? That's not going to be cool. That's not going to be cool. So I said, you know what? And Monday is, if I'm going to take a day off from work, Monday's the best day for me to take off. Because Tuesday, my office, everybody gets one day remote in our office, and we have a lot of people that do remote on Tuesday and a lot of people that do remote on Thursday, and I do remote on Wednesday. So Tuesday and Thursdays are not good because there's not a lot of people in the office. Friday we have our staff meeting. It's good to be there and be updated on what's going on. So Monday is really the best day if I need to take a day, and plus it's connected to the weekend, so I get a 3-day weekend. So I took yesterday a day off just in case I had any issues, in case the medication that I took over the weekend started to kick in. I just wanted to be home and be, So, but nothing happened. Nothing happened yesterday at all. And I was like, man, this is crazy. So, but I did drink my water. And I added a little lemon to my water because that usually always gets me going. I made a smoothie, and I had that, which I added some. I mean, it was a green smoothie, so the smoothie itself has fiber from the greens, but I added chia seed, flax seed, and hemp seed, so that has additional fiber. Sorry for the movement of the camera. So I was like, this is definitely going to have to, going to work. I thought maybe this morning, because sometimes your body needs to just, nothing. Now, one thing I'm gonna be honest that I haven't been doing a whole lot of is movement, and I know, sometimes you just need to move around. Honestly, I've been a little weak. I've been a little weak. So now that I'm going to work today, I'm gonna try to be more physically, and just the nature of my job, I do a lot of walking, when I'm, in our office, like back and forth, grabbing a file, back to my desk, going on the other side, I'm the office manager, so I walk around making sure, so hopefully by me getting more movement in at home, that will help things to kind of, did I say at home? At work. That'll get things to start moving. So anyway, I just wanted to update you on my latest health situation. Again, it's another thing that we don't usually look at, or I don't usually look at as anything that's serious, but unaddressed, it can be serious. And ain't nobody got time for this, quite frankly. I got stuff to do. Now this Friday, I am off. Our company is closed because of Juneteenth, so I will be off on Friday. And then I also took off next Monday just to have a 4-day weekend. I was going to take off Thursday, but then, like I said, a lot of people are remote on Thursday, so excuse me. So Thursday, I don't have any great plans, but it'll give me another weekend to just be, home or whatever, and to kind of try and get my body flowing, if you know what I mean, moving. But anyway, I'll keep you posted. Have a great day. Don't forget to like the video, comment below, and subscribe to the channel. God bless.